YouTube was down with it. It's your boy Zal. I'm back with another banger video. In this video, we got Papa Benavidez. That sounded sus. My bad. Pause. David Benavidez's father shocks Crawford by saying Terence Crawford is boring. I'm gonna give a little bit of insight onto this and hindsight. The insight is Terence Crawford went on a knockout streak of like 11 fights in a row, and he went to his first decision, and now people are calling him a boring runner. Hindsight is, I heard someone say that Benavidez is still in his feelings that his son got knocked out by Terence. So with both of those things in mind, let's get it.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? I tell you guys all the time, the most dangerous weapon in the world is a microphone and a camera. And it just amazes me how so many people get on a microphone not realizing, depending on what you say, it will result in consequences, for better or worse. David Benavidez's father and trainer recently came out, Jose Benavidez. He comes out of nowhere saying that Crawford is not an exciting fighter compared to his son, who takes risk. He said that Crawford doesn't take risks. He plays it safe, and Crawford reminds him of a Shakur Stevenson. I want to go ahead and play the clip of what he said, and then I'm going to completely unpack this. Check this out.
I'm not even going to compare David to Terence Crawford. David's an exciting fighter. David comes and throws punches. David comes and risks a lot. He comes and puts a performance. Terence Crawford is a really good fighter. He always plays it safe. You know, he wants to win the rounds, but I don't think that he risks. And he doesn't give that people excitement, you know, that, you know, he's going to come and have a good fight. To me, Terence Crawford's like Shakur Stevenson, you know. Pound for pound, Terence Crawford's a good fighter, you know. I think, but to me, he's not exciting. To me, it's like, I mean, he always plays it safe. He wins the rounds, and that's it. So I can't even compare him to David. David is an exciting fighter. David's a fighter that people want to see. And the last performance, like I said, he came injured, but I'm proud of what he did.
So, Jose.
All right, let me address that. First of all, David is exciting. That was very factual. He is exciting. It's factual. He's exciting. He's gonna come in, throw a lot of punches, and a lot of the times he gets the knockout. However, he said Terence Crawford isn't exciting. Terence Crawford went on the longest knockout streak, one of the longest knockout streaks in boxing. Um, with like 12 in a row. It just got broken when he moved up the weight class. Same thing with Benavidez. When Benavidez moved up in weight, he went to decision. So that Terence Crawford not being excited, that's false. You hear me? Um, and he also said that Terence Crawford plays it safe to win the rounds. Terence Crawford has been hurt a few times, and Terence Crawford is a dead devil. Terence Crawford risk it a lot of the times. The only difference is if you fight a bigger guy, you're going to be more cautious. You know what I mean? Especially a bigger guy who can punch. That's like saying if David fought better beef, he wouldn't be cautious. He gonna be cautious as hell. Otherwise, he gonna get knocked the fuck out. You hear me? So I think that was. It's true. David is explosive, but so is Terrence. Terrence don't play it safe. Terrence gonna come get you. And he said that they're not similar. They're not similar because David only has one mode, and that's punch. David don't know how to fight going backwards. He don't know how to. He don't got lateral movement. He can't do any of that. Terrence Crawford can fight so many different ways. So you're right. They're not the same because Terrence is leagues ahead of your son. So let's get it.
Jose Sr., he says that his son, David Benavidez, is a fighter that fans want to see. Basically meaning Crawford is not a fighter that fans want to see. Now, if this was just some fan on the internet hiding with a fake profile, we don't know who he is, he remains anonymous, then obviously it wouldn't matter if he said this. But the fact that Jose Benavidez, David Benavidez's own father and trainer, is saying this, you're forcing people to look at the actual numbers, the actual facts, and make a direct comparison between your son, David, and Terence Crawford. Now, there's no doubt about it that David Benavidez is definitely an exciting fighter. But statistically, there's nothing to suggest that David Benavidez is a more exciting fighter than Crawford. And there's certainly nothing to suggest that David Benavidez, he takes more risks than Crawford does. Does he not know that Crawford was on a longer knockout streak than David Benavidez was? And Crawford was knocking out better competition? Once again, he says David is a fighter that fans want to see, as if they don't want to see Crawford. Did he not see the crowd that attended Crawford's last fight and how many celebrities and stars were there? Let me just put up a clip of the audience. And once again, this is the reason why Senior, he should not be making comparisons like
Yeah,
this. Because
Terrence
by the way,
Crawford sold out a full arena. Look at all those people. I don't think David is even. Now that David hasn't done this. David has had some impressive cards, being Caleb Plant and Andre, Demetrius Andre, but he's never headlined an event this massive. After Terence Crawford, pretty much when he beat Errol Spence, he took a lot of Errol Spence fan base. Either they became his supporters or his haters. And now those people just want to see him fight for greatness. So those comments, those negative comments towards Terence Crawford, they weren't factual, so they were most likely subjective or biased or based off his feelings. And I do think it's some secret animosity after his son got beat, and he was just waiting to see some weakness in Terence to say something. But I mean that shit don't work. Man. And I like Benavidez because he called it how I see it, but I think this was a terrible analogy. And I don't think he was thinking logically when he made these accusations and when he said these things. So I mean, he know he wrong. So best thing to do is just be like, yo, my B, I was tripping. It is what it is.
Way of contrast, we never see all of those celebrities and superstars paying ringside tickets just to see David Benavidez. You could see big American superstars sitting in the front row cheering every time Crawford lands a punch. Those celebrities, they were there to watch Terence Crawford. And Terence, he wasn't even in there with a big name opponent. Excitement is being able to do things that other fighters cannot do. And doing it against the best in the world. Looking like a superhero in the ring, that's what excites fans the most. And we know this to be true because the numbers prove it. Jose Benavidez, he just compared Terence Crawford, a fighter who knocks out almost all of his opponents, to Shakur Stevenson, which means when he said that, he wasn't basing what he said off of how many knockouts they get. So if Senior is basically calling Crawford boring, then he's also saying that Floyd Mayweather is boring, Sugar Ray Leonard is boring, Muhammad Ali is boring. David Benavidez.
Yeah, man, I'm not about to get into all the semantics. All I know is, like I'm said one more time, I'm gonna address his talking points. Jose Senior said David is exciting, which he is. That's factual. Throws a lot of punches, gets knockouts. Big, strong dude, big, fast, strong dude. He very exciting. But where he went wrong is saying Terence Crawford is boring. Terence Crawford is the opposite of boring. We saw Terence Crawford sell out in the arena. Terence Crawford knocks guys out. He went on a 11 fight knockout streak. That's not a boring thing. And Jose Senior, son, Jose Jr. was a part of that knockout spree. The guy that said Crawford is boring, his son got knocked out by Terence Crawford in the knockout streak. And then he said Terence Crawford only fights to win rounds. That's not true. And even if he did, who cares? Sometimes he does, but that's not. He doesn't only fight to win rounds. If he can knock you out, he gonna get you out of there. And he said Terence fights like Shakur. That's partially true because they train together. You know, he's sharp, he quick, he fast, he defensive like Shakur. But he mean. You know, Terence Crawford has something that Shakur don't have. He's mean, big, strong guy, carry that weight to different weight classes. That Shakur don't have that. So him and Shakur are not the same. In aspects, they're similar, but they're not the same. So with that being said, man, that's all I had to say about this, man. I think that was just illogical fallacies, you know, false accusations, you know, without any logical backing behind it. So if you're really a boxing fan and you're not just a fanboying over certain fighters, you're gonna understand pretty much everything I see in this video is factual. So with that being said, man, like, comment, subscribe on the road to 2K. I love y'all. Till next time.